You are probably scared when you're playing and improvising and hitting the wrong note and sounding out of key. I have a solution for you. As far as I'm aware, I've never heard anybody else come up with this system at all. And it is so easy. And it should give you the confidence to not worry anymore. First of all, in Western music, there are 12 notes. That is it. After that, the octave repeats either lower or higher. Only 12 notes. Which means chords from each note of a scale, if you take any scale, we'll say C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. 7 notes, a 7-note scale, then it repeats each octave, above and below. Each one of those can have a chord built upon it. And Western music is built on triads in the diatonic system. So in C, you have all the major chords, you have the root, the 3rd note, and the 5th note. The root, 2, 3, that's a 3rd. 3, 4, 5, that's another 3rd. Minor chords, well, you'll notice that the 3rd is flattened. So you have 1, 3, 5, or 1, flat 3, 5. So immediately from any chord, out of 12 notes, you have 3 that you can play. However, in jazz, normally it doesn't stop there. The minimum you use is normally 7th chords. So if you have 5, 6, 7, you have either a major 7th or a minor 7th. In the case of a dominant 7th chord, like say G7th. So then you've got 4 notes for every chord, okay? This is where it gets really interesting. Now if you take a major chord and its relative minor, so the relative minor of C is A minor, then we have the notes from C major 7th, which are C, E, G, and B. And for A minor 7th, it's A, C, E, and G. So this gives us so far, out of just one chord that I've picked out the sky, A, B, C, E, and G. That's 5 out of 12 notes already, and we're not finished. If you extend the chords to 9th chords, you then add, guess what? Another major 3rd or minor 3rd on top. So 7, 8, 9. Again, a 3rd. Now, if you do that with C major, you have C, E, G, B, D. For A minor 7th, minor 9th, you would have A, C, E, G, B, which gives us A, B, C, D, E, G. We now have 6 notes, which is halfway through the 12 tones of diatonic Western music. Before we start, if you add the 11th, which is obviously, wait a minute, there's only 8 notes in an octave, 8, 9, 10, 11th, which is actually a 4th, an octave higher, then you add, guess what, another note. If you have the 13th, then you have the 11th and the 13th. Now, by the time you do this, for a 13th chord, you've got the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th, which is C, E, G, B, F, A. You now have only a less than a 1 in 3 chance of hitting a wrong note. But if you use a chromatic leading note, if we have a D minor chord like that, and you play C sharp or D flat, that could go straight into, so you go from, you can then add things called enclosures. That's your target note, the D note there, in this case on the G string on the 7th fret. So we go from the 4th fret, a scalar tone up, and the target note. And you get used to this sound. Doesn't matter what the chord is, this system works. Hopefully this gives you confidence that you can play any note you like. And it will always sound good because you can play them. It's not what you play, it's when you play it. Jazz is all about tension and release. Simple way of putting that, things that sound a bit like sour lemon and then suddenly going to something nice and sweet. That's what it's all about. And always try to resolve on the beat. Simple as that. Hopefully that's helped quite a lot of you. It's a very simple system. To recap, there are 12 notes in Western music. In a triad, there are 3 notes. If we expand to a 7th, there's 4 notes. We add, if it's a major chord, it's relative minor. If it's a minor chord, it's relative major. So boom, 5 notes. Then you go up to a 9th, or an 11th, or a 13th, straight away. Then you add the chromatic leading notes into that. That's it. There you go. There's your 12 tones of Western music. Try it out. You might be surprised.